Bill Henshaw here again, your friendly local constitutional uh, counselor from California. And this video, what I'm looking to do is meet some people that can help me out here. Because I got a lot to do. Among other things, what I want to do is a set of videos, especially for those who homeschool their children, on the true history of the Constitution, history and laws of the United States, which is nowhere in sight in the mandatory public education system. And I also want to do other videos about very important subjects as well to get the truth out there to as many people as possible, to teach them how to invoke their rights and get out from under what I call the de facto national socialist government. So yeah, I'm looking for investors here. I have the portfolio, by the way. Among other things, I have a hand printed bit of habeas corpus that when you request information, I'll send you the first 5 pages of that I did alone from a South Carolina jail cell. 18 pages, 30 case citations, no errors. In a felony case, I won in the first 90 seconds of the arraignment. Shocked the hell out of them. But I did that. I mean, because I knew I just have I'm gifted here. I don't know how I got this divinely granted gift, but I have it. And I want to make the best use of it before I go out of here. So I have that. I have the biggest win in the history of the U.S. Supreme Court, albeit unofficially in a Midwest case in which my friend there, who got convicted of being a meth addict, which isn't a crime, oh, by the way, was sentenced to 3 to 15 years in jail. And yet, with the paperwork we did and the record we set, he got out in about 1 year, 1/3 of the minimum sentence. And I know and can prove that that happened because the justices of the Supreme Court made a phone call to the governor, and I'll be asking him to make another one there as well. But we explained what they did and the massive amount of treason, all the way from the trial court to the governor's office, the state Supreme Court, the federal district court, you name it. And that's what you have in your case, too. And that's what's going to make us a lot of money, is all those acts of treason. But that's not the main reason I do it. And this is why we beat them, because we want to make changes first. The money will be nice when it happens, and it's going to be a real good chunk of change, given what we can prove. So, that's all nice too. But I am looking for some investment capital here to get some things done. And not a serious one. We're not talking about, Bill Gates and $1 billion or anything like that. But I will need some money to help get me started and keep me up and running here, but very small amount. And it'll all get paid back, with of a lot more than what you've invested here. And if you know what you're doing, it won't be taxable income either. That's another thing you're going to learn about. So send me an email, youwinningcourt@gmail.com, and we can talk about that and putting things together here now. And the window we have, it hasn't existed in 150 years, because you're going to learn that Trump just issued a very recent executive order on March 15th of this year about the original intent of the framers. Sounded exactly like me. He knows. Okay, Bondi, the Attorney General, I'm pretty sure I have a good understanding, and I know the current justices do, going back at least 6 terms, back to a case called California, uh, Texas v. California, and another one called Alabama v. California, that the court did not hear when they had the sworn duty to do it. And you'll learn all about that and what that means to you, me, and all of us, because we can get there and doing the same thing that they did in their cases, but we have better standing because you're going to learn there are no sovereign independent states remaining which were admitted into this union. But we can do it. At least lawful deserved, just sanguineous state citizens can do it. And I believe even inhabitants of states and inhabitants of territories can do it for the same reason. You'll learn all about that. So send me an email, youwinningcourt@gmail.com. It's a great investment opportunity here. And the really good part is, and the main focus for me is that it makes differences, for you, your children and your posterity. That's the best gift you could possibly get them. So we can work something out here. And I'm not talking mega bucks or anything like that here, but keep me going here to hold me over. And it looks like, by the way, things are going to happen big time next year, 2026. And I've been waiting for this for a while. But what the Supreme Court doing now, and other matters going on with the government in Washington D.C., they know. And when we get there and we present, a real case there, with real issues, that's what you have to learn to do. And I will be teaching you how to do that too. And now we get our case heard. We have a right to be heard in the U.S. Supreme Court. We don't need the local courts. We don't need the state Supreme Court. And you're going to learn, by the way, I have a document that I sent to the Chief Justice of the California Supreme Court. And California was admitted as a common law state, like all of the states were up until at least 1855. But it isn't one anymore. And the question is, what the hell happened? And I have a lot of answers. This is what's going to make the investment a really good thing, because we can get there in a hurry with the current setup that we have. And everybody knowing this, and we're going to be presenting real issues here that need real answers, and we have a right to do it and to prove it. You're absolutely going to love it. So send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com, to learn more, and we can go from there. And you can see how excited I am at my age. I'll be 78 next year. But I'm excited because of all this and how good a job those racist framers did back in the day, setting up our federated Republican form of government of defined and limited powers. That's what we want back. We get that back, we can go back and make changes and do it right this time. And there is a right way to do things, but they sure as hell didn't happen any time since the war between the states and Reconstruction, and they never have. But on that point, you're going to learn that we only have 12 amendments to the Constitution, not 27. 12. That's it. And the current justices know it as well as I do, and they know why. So send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. That could be the best investment you ever made. And not a lot of money involved there. There really isn't. But making the changes and getting the job done. That's what I was put here to do. So like I said, send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. Remember to subscribe, like the videos, tell your friends, get the word out. Thank you.